Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor, and I've got a special guest today online. We got Alex, and he is a Packers diehard, big YouTuber for the Green Bay Packers for a very long time. I'm going to introduce him in one moment. Today, we're talking about Aaron Jones and his fantasy football impact, his fantasy football value for 2020. A lot of questions surrounding him. A lot of people hyped up on him. I'm going to tell you why I'm not. And we've got the expert here to kind of talk about it as well and give us his feedback because he lives and breathes the Packers. So what's going on? Alex Basaraski, what is happening, man?
Not too much, man. Just going through the quarantine as everyone else is. Diving into football like everyone else is.
For sure. Can you tell people a little bit about yourself, when you got started, what your YouTube channel is? You know, I think you got quite a few subscribers, what you do on your channel, how much you know the Packers. Give us a little bit of background in like 1 minute or less type thing.
Okay. Well, I've been a Packer since pretty much birth. I started going to Green Bay games when I was 11, go to a different stadium every year. Just really, really into the whole sport. My YouTube is right now I'm doing Packers highlights. I've been doing that since 2012, been a huge passion of mine. And then I'm looking forward to build a Packers chat/channel video segment on my channel as well. And it's Basaraski Productions as of right now on YouTube. You search that up.
Perfect. I'll leave a link here below. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about today, I want to stay honed in and focused. As of right now, Aaron Jones in standard leagues, I talk PPR anyway, 1 point PPR, 1 point PPR. Is what I talk about, you know? So do you play fantasy much, Alex?
Yes, every year. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I pretty much talk at 1 point PPR. So right now he's sitting 12th amongst running backs. And part of that is because last year he finished second amongst running backs in fantasy points. Phenomenal year, but a ceiling year. The year before didn't do so well. Didn't play a full season. I think he played 12 games. But let's focus on 2019 and how we kind of project him for 2020. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, he's not on my radar. I'm completely staying away from him. That's my fantasy impact. So if you guys aren't interested in Alex's opinion, you guys can leave right now. I'm just joking, guys. No, listen, that's what I'm doing. Now, maybe you may stray me away. Maybe you may convince me he's going to be elite talent again. Maybe you're going to be on my side and agree. But my quick kind of 2 cents on this, he had 236 attempts last year, over 1,000 yards, 1,084 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. There's no way in hell he's going to replicate those numbers.
He's not touching 16 touchdowns.
But we need to dive into this because we need to know why he had so many touchdowns. And I feel they're going to throw more this year. I got questions about Aaron Rodgers. Does he have a chip on his shoulder? Is Alan Lazard going to come in? We don't want to talk too much. We want to focus on Aaron Jones, but we also want to talk about the impact around him. So my first question to you is, why so much volume last year? Was it LaFleur? Was it like what's the deal? Why did he why did he do so well?
I think it's more so it was a new offensive system. LaFleur is a run-heavy offensive coach. So I think it's just bringing in the new system. It's kind of easier to build off the run rather than put in so much schematic passing plays. And I think after this year, they'll be more in tune with what LaFleur wants to run. Crazy enough, they went 13-3 running first-year offense, which is wild. But I think, like you said, I don't think Aaron Jones is going to have as much volume.
Well, that's one concern, right? Is like, I think there'll be a decline, obviously, from a pinnacle year. My other concern is there's so many questions. You guys got ridiculed for your draft, the NFL draft. I mean, like, is it like, I got so many questions. Let's dive in. My first question is, you've got Aaron Jones and you've got Aaron Jones, you got Aaron Rodgers. Why do you need Love and why a quarterback, and why the hell do you need Dillon at running back? I mean, you're set. You're fine. You got Williams as a backup. Why? I mean, what's your opinion on this?
With Dillon or Love?
Let's go with Dillon since we're focused on running back. Why Dillon? I mean, you've got Jones. What the hell is this?
Thing with running backs is they're very expendable, and this year is Jones' last year on his deal. You just saw Christian McCaffrey get $16 million per year. Right. I just don't see the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback paying a running back anywhere over $12 million a year, which I think Aaron Jones could easily ask for 13. Because you have guys like Kenyon Drake who basically were borderline roster players a few years ago, and now he got 1 year for $9 million in the Cardinals. So running backs are getting paid more and more, but they only have so much durability, and you see guys get paid a bunch and then fall off. So I think Dillon was more so a change into the more power run scheme that the Packers want to run, like LaFleur ran in Tennessee with Derrick Henry. And I think Aaron Jones will be a beefed up Dion Lewis kind of guy. I don't think Dillon will start yet, but I think it's going to be more of a two-headed monster there.
So do you think Aaron Jones starts and then it's going to transition over to Dillon as being the starter? Isn't he kind of a big, bulky back?
He's 6 foot, I think around 250. So he's a big dude. I think Aaron Jones will start the entire year outside injury, but I don't think it's going to be clear cut like, oh, he's the starter or whatnot. Right. I think it's going to be more schematic and more scenario type running.
Right. So do you think they're going to go more to the pass, and why do you think that they would go to the pass if that's the case?
I feel like it's hard to say. I think they're going to go more if they're going more to the pass, I think it's going to be more play action. And I think in order to do that, you would have to run. But like I said, you can't expect Aaron Jones to replicate what he did last year. But with the pass, you have, like you said, Allen Lazard coming back. So he has a year under his belt as a starter. I'm high on Devin Funchess. I think he's going to surprise a lot them. And then, of course, you have Devontae Adams, which
I hate Funchess. Years to
I'm not. You hate him because you're a fantasy guy. That's why you hate him.
I hate him. I mean, I'm going Lazard. I think Lazard is the guy. MVS, Allison didn't do nothing. Allison's gone, but
I'm glad Allison is gone.
Yeah, I mean, didn't do anything. MVS didn't really shine either. So I think Lazard is the two. Won't you think Lazard is its clear cut two? Funchess sucks. What has Funchess ever done? What has he done?
I think he's done a decent bit with how inaccurate Cam Newton was.
Right.
That's my opinion. I'm a film guy. I just did a lot of research on Funchess. Now, it's hard to say. Aaron's kind of iffy with first-year receivers like that. He doesn't seem to trust them as much, but he seems to mainly target Devontae, and I think he could kind of get that relationship with Allen Lazard this year. And also, if he has that with Devontae and Lazard, that could be more of a pass-happy offense, like you said.
So you're staying far. You're a Packers guy, and you're staying far away from Aaron Jones or fantasy.
Yeah, I personally would. If they didn't draft A.J. Dillon, I would possibly draft him. But I've never thought, even without drafting Dillon, I didn't think he would replicate 16 touchdowns. I just don't see it.
Right. Yeah, I don't see that either. And I think the mainstream, I know they've kind of brought him down in their rankings, but still in the top 10. And I feel that the mainstream, I call them the consensus. I call them consensus. They feel obligated because he had a good year last year. They have to put him there, but I'm just not going to touch him. Why touch a guy who's in a situation where they acquired Dillon, who's going to decline? Why even waste your time with that? So I'm going to stay away from, everything Aaron Jones. Okay. Dillon maybe later, but I don't think he's going to get the volume enough to be.
Neither of them are, and they still have Jamal Williams, so it's not like they're going to run Jamal, but he is their best pass protection back, so he could see some decent snaps. Jamal Williams even so.
Right. That's another problem too. It's funny. I went to the fantasy football. It was a fantasy football convention thing. It was in Texas years ago. It's no longer around anymore. It's funny because I was staying in the hotel where all the athletes were staying. I don't know if you know the story, but I was coming down the elevator from my hotel room, and there's these two guys at the time, because I think they were really young. This was like 2-3 years ago when they first got in the league. I didn't know what their faces looked like, but I could tell they were athletes, right? So I'm like, you guys look familiar. Like I wanted to know who they were. And it turned out to be Williams and Aaron Jones in the elevator with me coming down. And so I got a picture with him, talked to him, asked him a couple questions. But Aaron Jones, super nice guy. He called me sir. Like, I mean, it was kind of nice, man. He was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he was just really, really polite, really, really nice guy, Aaron Jones. I like him as a person, but for fantasy, I'm going to 100% stay away.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Aaron Jones advocate. Like that's my guy. I really like him. I've talked to him a few. Real nice dude, like you said. Very humble guy.
Yeah, 100%. I like him. Now Aaron Rodgers, again, I don't want to stray away because I wanted the focus to be this. We'll bring it back for other shows. But Aaron Rodgers, my question to you is, a lot of people saying he's washed up. He's done. That's it. Now he's got love breathing down his back, with the quarterback backup, that type of thing. Does he feel threatened? Is he going to take off? Is he going to end up somewhere else? There's been rumors with him maybe going to the Patriots or something like. Is he going to stay? And does he have a chip on his shoulder? Is he going to play angry this year?
I think Aaron Rodgers had a chip on his shoulder since 2005. I don't think that's ever left him. Right. I think a lot of people like to portray him as, a bad guy or this and that. portray him as scared of Jordan Love being drafted. Honestly, I don't think he cares at all. I think he's going to go into the offseason like he has always done every single year and work his ass off and do what he does best, which is play quarterback in the NFL. So I don't see it as it being like a reason for him to get angry or anything. I think he's just kind of a guy who goes through his routine and nothing's going to stray him off that path.
Right. So huge year. And I actually got Devontae Adams as my number one wide receiver now, predicated he's healthy. Do you actually see Devontae Adams finishing number one amongst wide receivers this year if he's healthy, full year easily, or no? Do you think
among number one wide receivers in the whole league?
Yeah, in regards to receiving yards, touchdowns, do you see him coming back to a pinnacle type year?
Yes, I do. Last year, like I said, he had turf toe. He missed a lot of games and played the back half of the season with turf toe. I've had turf toe before. It's not fun to run on.
Right.
I could easily see him doing that. Aaron Rodgers targets that guy every single play. He looks his way.
Right.
Every single play.
Right. He's elite talent. He's my number one wide receiver. Everyone's on, Hopkins. I'm like, no, Hopkins with Kyler. Too many targets. I'm going to stay away. I'm going with the proven system here. Aaron Rodgers and Adams. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, as I should.
Is there anything else we need to know about the running back by committee? Again, I think we covered a lot, how the distribution is going to work. We're staying away. There's going to be a decline imminent. Anything else we need to cover with them?
I think it could be more. I could think Aaron Jones may start hot, if anything, and decline over the year, because I think Dylan's the type of back where you get late in the year when everyone's kind of banged up or doesn't have 100% steam, and you get into cold weather games, which Green Bay has a lot of home games in December this year. I think he could be the type of dude like an Eddie Lacy rookie year type guy where you just give him the ball and he just plows over people in the cold weather and they don't want to hit him.
I got a funny question for you to end this here. Make sure you guys are following him. So again, also, I forgot to tell you guys, 16-round draft solution, get that. There's a link below. Leave your questions below, of course. Leave your questions for us and Alex. I got a funny question for you here. My question is, are you threatened? Ready? Are you ready for this one? Are you threatened by Mitch Trubisky this season?
I'm more threatened by Nick Foles because I'm from Philly, so I'm not threatened by Mitch Trubisky.
I thought, being a Packers guy, the Bears are your second favorite team, so I just thought maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the Biscuit has something to prove this year. Honestly, I'm not really sold on him. Foles is probably going to take over by week 4.
I could see that happening.
I can see that, unless the Biscuit has something up his sleeve, man. I'm not sold on that offense at all. I mean, that's a whole other topic. But again, the focus was Aaron Jones. Bottom line, guys, stay away from Aaron Jones for 2020 fantasy. Well, just draft somebody else. Why get him in the second or third round? I did a bunch of mock drafts here, and he's coming off pretty early. If he's a top 10, he's typically coming off like the third round? Yeah, around third or fourth round. It depends, right? Depends on where people grab him or how much. If there's a Packers fan, he might gravitate towards him a little bit more. But again, I'm going to stay away from him. That's it. Period. End of discussion. Simple. Thanks, Alex, for being on, man. We'll try to get you on a little bit more. And I'm trying to do these impact series for everybody because I want everybody to get that inside information from people that live and breathe the team. They can give some insight. And there's no bias here, right? This is a guy saying stay away, and he's a Packers fan. So he's being realistic. He's being unbiased, even though he's a team ambassador. So there you have it. Thanks, Alex.
No problem.
Appreciate you for coming on. Make sure you guys follow him. What's the channel again for YouTube?
Baserski Productions. If you see my name right down there, just that, and it should pop right up.
Now, people listening in the car, they have no idea what you said. Can you spell that, please?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So channel is Baserski Productions. It's spelled Basaraski. And if you search that in YouTube or on Google, it should pop right up.
Okay, perfect. I pronounced it wrong at the beginning of the show, so I'm brutal at pronouncing.
Everyone always does it. It's not a worry to me.
I'm just terrible with pronouncing people's names. I've been calling Trubisky for the longest time, so I've
missed him though.
All right, guys. Well, we're out. Thanks for being on, and Aaron Jones, stay away. We'll talk later, guys. We're out.